crap. What is it? Mido? The final exams for this year is coming up. Wait, what? Yeah. Oh no. Mina? Yeah, Governor? What you need? Did you know about the final exams coming up soon? What? Since when? Since when? I haven't been studying. Me either. I have been. Just not a lot. Weird times these days. Ow, Minnie. Hi, it's me. I have knee problems. Anyways, sup? How y'all been? I don't care about the one commenter. I want to ask everyone else, besides that one person. Well, you know who you are. If you want to go and diss this person, like I did, uh, go to my last video. Go down to the comments. Diss them. I'm a big grammar geek. Okay. Um, the funny thing is, not a really a big grammar geek. I just have issues when people type wrong or talk wrong. Not wrong, just stupidly. And if you want to start trashing on people's stuff and their hobbies, you might want to learn how to write better, okay? Bro, like bro, space bro, like dude. You might want to also pick up a vocabulary book, man. Okay? Or however you see yourself, I don't really care. Okay? However you see yourself, I don't care. You're probably a Nalia person, like type deal. Someone like Nalia, JJK. You know, the Karen looking person? Yeah. Okay, cool. Got that out of my system a little bit. For the past week, I've been nonstop, nonstop just procrastinating about just quitting. Um, Not YouTube, just looking at my comments. Because I only look at them because I don't get a lot of comments, right? I have a speech impediment, I'm sorry. A stutter. Okay, and plus I'm chewing gum, so if you hear me chewing throughout the video, I'm sorry. I've been thinking about just stop reading them. Probably a good thing to do, but I don't stop because sometimes there are good ones. So, if you'd like to go, um, just diss them. Go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not. Don't tell anybody I told you to, but you are watching the video, so go do it, please. I'd greatly appreciate it. It'd also give me an extra view on my video. So, yeah. The last this series video, I am a unicorn. Go diss them. Only other person in the comments, it's me. And then that person. This is not a shout out, man. Dude, it's not, bro. Bro, it's like, why do you even, bro? Bro, like even, dog. Bro, dog. Brother, man. Bro. That's how you sound. That's how I imagine you sounding. You're also some type of like misogynist, honestly, if you want to know my opinion. Can't stand those type of people. but can anybody really? No, you can't. They're stupid, honestly. It's just dumb. Now, I don't really care, okay? Don't really care. But it did piss me off, okay? It very much pissed me off. That, like, you took the time out of your day to type that, and you didn't even, like, recheck it. I'm not one of your homies, okay? I'm not one of your friends. I'm a person on YouTube doing what ifs. We're not friends. So either learn how to talk like a I can't speak. Like a non um Nalia person. I'm sorry, I can't speak. I have a speech impediment. I also don't know how to pronounce words. So cool. So learn how to actually write and type like a normal person. Not really normal. No one's normal. No one's perfect either. And you probably are one of the people who think you are perfect, but you're not. Okay, cool? Capiche? Anyways, learn how to type. Pick up a vocab book. Learn some new words. Like bro, even bro. Okay, we're not bros or homies or whatever you. We're not friends. Anyways, today we're going over the final exams arc. I recently had my like final exam for school. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Um, yeah. Anyways, sorry if you hear me chewing. And sorry for that rant. I'm very sorry. Um, well, y'all know the drill. You already know who I am. You already know that I do impressions. Kinda. Not really. Not good ones. Yeah, we all know they're not good. Background noise might be apparent. And, don't be a rude a-hole in my comments, please. I'd appreciate it. I should just go delete your comment, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna let actual people deal with it. Even though probably none of you are going to. The offer's out. Either they will delete their comment, or I will, eventually. Or leave it there for the rest of eternity, so that I could show my grandchildren, how people used to be and still probably are in that time. Unless I do something self-harming. Anyways, sorry, on that note, telling you, this series brings something out in me. I do not know what. Okay? I do not know what that brings out, but it brings something out. Anyways, bro is probably chopped. Um, yeah. Anyways, let me grab a drink of water, and then we can actually get into the video. Hydrate, or I always don't say dive straight, but most people are these days. So, uh, I don't know, man. I don't know what I was gonna do. Oh, on another note, I have finally started ReZero. Now, I haven't finished Fairy Tail yet, my rewatch, but I'm watching those at the same time, off and on for each. I'm only on the first, like, director's cut, like, episode on Crunchyroll, so it's gonna give me a little bit, so I can, I don't know how many episodes is, like, in one director's cut. I'm gonna guess, like, 2 or 3. depending on how long they are. So I'm gonna guess like two or three. In each one, if you didn't know, Crunchyroll has this like on the ReZero like page, uh, director's cut for like the first season. I think it's like a season one director's cut. I don't know, man. But put down your ReZero ideas. But it will take me a while to get in there and actually do stuff with it. But so far, it's going pretty well. Okay. If you want to talk ReZero, put it down in the comments. Please keep it spoiler free. um, please. Unless it's about his powers. I did read up on those. Um, like, so I kind of knew. Like, I already knew about like Return by Death. But please keep it a little bit like spoiler free. But you can talk about his powers. Let's talk about them, okay? Even though I haven't read through like all of his powers, I read few the most, like most of his powers because I thought like I was watching a fighting scene between him and three thugs, and I thought like he's like, is he actually really strong? Like, did the isekai really make him like overly strong, or like is that just because he caught him off surprise? And I was like, I'm gonna look it up. Um, Yeah, no, bro's not super like physically strong. He's actively one of the weaker characters in the entire series, apparently. The only thing that keeps him relatively up there as a big threat is his brains. Like what? From my time on this earth watching isekai anime, there has only been. Hold on, let me think. I need to go and watch Slime. So I'm not gonna count it. Okay, I've only seen one isekai that has made the like starting character, like the isekai character. I'm gonna say it. Shield Hero is the only one that I've seen that is like it kind of boost him, kinda, that I can remember. No, oh no. Elite Ball Knowledge. Uh Sushi, oh my god, the title. Uh Makoto Tomoe. Oh my god. Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy. That is the isekai that um the only one that actually boosts like the character's physical strength. Because Konosuba, for Kazuma, bro legit brought a god. Okay? Now Fumi got a shield. Okay? Subaru got nothing really about like physical strength, except for he works out in his like old world. So yeah. Makoto is the only isekai character that I know of that actively got his physical stats like evolved. That's the only one I know of. Now, I'm not counting Rimuru mostly because they are a slime and they just go gobble gobble, like num num, like all the time. So like I'm not gonna count that one. Is that cool? I'm so sorry. I just ranted. That's what I do for old videos. Anyways, I'm thinking about doing a Q&A if y'all would be interested. A Q&A in recent day and in the coming days. I don't know. It'd take a while. But I've been thinking about doing a Q&A for like a video. Yeah. Um, okay. Sorry about that. Let's get in there. Into the meat and potatoes of it all. Um, so yeah. Izuku throughout the rest of that day would pay attention in class. Like he usually is already because he's kind of already high up there in grades. Now, is he the highest? No, that's Momo or Ida, and he's not beating those type of characters. I'd say I put him around 5 or 6. I choose 6 because Todoroki is 5th. Him being 6 makes sense. As for like everything else, like hero training, he's probably one of the higher ones. Like the 3 top students, he would be already up there in the hero expect in training and things like that. He'd already be up there, right? And yeah, but the next week, no exams would show up, and they knew it was the next week after that current week, so they kind of just went through like stress and like it could be like a pop-up quiz, like maybe. Um, but eventually the day would come. They would head into school. Um, they would do their written portion of the exams, right? And Denki and Mina would be quite excited, like, "Oh yeah, we'll get to fight robots again. It's pretty easy spleezy, okay? Easy spleezy. That's easy as pie, right?" Is how they would be thinking. Aizawa would be there at the main place over the city, well, over the like arena with like multiple parts, or I think it was at least multiple parts. I don't exactly remember on how the layout is, but um, allergies. Wait a second. Oh no, it's still there. It's weird. Sorry, my neck is starting to. Oh, there goes one pop. Will this one? No. Okay. Yeah, my neck's doing great right now. But anyways, as for the practical, will be a little bit different for 2 students. Okay, it would be different for 2 students, and yeah, the students would be paired up, same as canon. Okay, they would go in one after another, same in canon, same as canon. Eventually, we would get to the last 2, this being Bakugo and Izuku, well, Midori and Bakugo, right? And what they didn't expect is well, one fact is doing something totally different than the rest of their classmates, for one. And then the other thing is they're going to be fighting 2 heroes, like heroes. One isn't even a student, like a teacher here at UA. one is, and you all probably already know the one, so it's All Might. Yeah, he would come running in like a normal person, and the other one, Izuku would kind of fanboy over. This being his favorite hero, the rabbit hero, Mirko. Them all in their hero suits. Some people already went out, and like this would be their final like thing for the day. Bakugo and Izuku would kind of just be standing there, like, uh, who are we gonna fight? All Might would come out first, right? And then Mirko would. They would all be stunned, quite stunned. Izuku mostly because the last time he saw Mirko in like person would be, well, when he was 6 years younger and when he was put in a hospital by a villain. Wait, was it? What? No, that would be 3 years ago. When do you start high school? 15-ish? Yeah, 3 years ago. All right, so it would be 3 years ago. Uh, Mirko would notice Izuku like just staring at her like, what? Huh? Like wide-eyed, mouth agape. Like, what? Oh. Uh, we're gonna need words. Sorry. Uh, Favorite hero? Yeah, I can tell. We're screwed. Why did everyone else get to fight only one? And they would be whispering this to each other. I wish I knew why as well. And we get two. I hope they don't take this as offensive, but these two are stronger than them, faster than them. Uh, Also top heroes. Yeah, I know. Uh, well, shall we begin? Nezu would say. And after Nezu would say that, Mirko would grin wide, just like a wild grin, like, Izuku would say, oh, come on. This has to be unfair in some type of way. No, duh, it is. Clearly it is. But that must mean only one thing. They know we're strong. Why are you lowercase? What? Why are you lowercase? Hmm? Why are you lowercase? What do you mean? You're lowercase. In your speech? You're usually loud? Uh, Um, Between you and me, I lost my voice a little bit. So, with training or screaming, both. I don't want to talk about it, okay? And plus, I had to deal with Best Genus for over a week. Not over a week, 3 days. For 3 days. So, um, I had to get my anger out somehow. Okay, let's get moving. Yeah, let's do that. Um, as they would walk, Izuku in his head would keep on saying, "Oh, we're screwed. We're screwed. We're screwed. We are so screwed. Time to pack my bags because I'm gonna be put in a hospital again. Yay!" That's how bro would be right now. Like, bro, what, bro, even what, even, bro? Telling ya, what? Did I just break my? What just happened? Oh, did I break my? Okay, seems normal. Um, okay, we're good. Hopefully. I thought I just broke my boots. Anyways, so they would get down there to the bottom, right? And they would just be at the bottom, nearly ready to start. It would ring, the bell would ring, and on that way, Izuku would kind of be, should we plan anything? Bakugo would say, "Nah, we don't need a plan. We just show them that we got more firepower." I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, it will. We need a plan. No, we don't. We definitely need a plan. Fine. I take all might, you fight Mirko. What? That's the best you're gonna get out of me, okay? If we take him into the city, like, look, we could lose him in the alleyways, honestly. But I'm fighting him, okay? I'm fighting All Might. We're so screwed. We're not passing. Yes, we will. Just stop your yakking. What? They then kind of just stare at each other, like turn their head to each other, and then here comes the guardrail. Uh, so here's the thing. You know how All Might would come in with the guardrail? That's what he would do. Hit them, boom, crashing them to the ground. Uh, and then Mirko would try to do lunar fall on Izuku, who would then just combust into flames. Just get ready, Bakugo. It's about to heat up, is what he would say in a silent, in a calmer tone. And then he would kind of just explode into flames. Um, with the blast of fire, like pushing the guardrail off by either somewhat melting it and then firing it, or also with the help of Bakugo just exploding alongside the fire, causing more smoke. Okay, uh, Izuku would say, "Are we doing the plan?" While those fire and smoke are lighting everything up. Yeah, you go right, I go left. Bakugo would be the first one to move out forward, actually landing a solid-ish hit onto um, onto All Might. like upper chest face area, just as he would say, "Come on, All Might, fight me." And then he would go, like, just try to escape, honestly. Just get a little bit of distance between them, which wouldn't work for long, but Bakugo being able to quite fluently move within the air would eventually get away. Well, get a distance away, so All Might would begin the chase, right? And Mirako, like jumping away from the fire, like blast, uh, Izuku would just disperse the fire. It would kind of just fly up and just go away. Uh, Izuku would say, how did you get tied up in all this? I wanted to see how you, how much of a hero you've become over the last few years. All right. Hope you're about to see who I've become. What? Become? Yep, that's it. If you don't remember, uh, Izuku's hero name or hero suit, I'm gonna say it. Hero name is the outlandish fire hero, Ferox Ignis. It's Latin for wildfire. Yeah, yeah. I did. I was on a kick for a while, um, doing a lot of like Latin words. So, yeah. He sports a dark tan open coat, crop top, with a gray fur collar, also two black bracelets, with black combat pants and gray fur at the bottom of the pants, and black boots. Okay. Izuku, while having this mini standoff against Mirako, would say, "Well, might as well get this place heating up. Maximum effort." He then would say, "Wild, perishing buckshot." Raising up his hand, around the size of a baseball, uh, fireball would appear in his hand as he then would throw it. After a little bit of distance, it would spread out into multiple same size fireballs. Okay, Mirko would dodge, and dodge, maybe getting nicked by some because there are quite a bit of them, but not a full contact of them as she would run up to Izuku trying to uh like kick, well, clearly kick him, but trying to, like a tornado kick straight to him. But before her like kick could land to his side, Izuku would say, "Come on," as he would raise up his left hand, which that would be the side that the excuse me, that the kick would be coming in, raising up his left arm to give it a little bit of block. Um, but as they would connect, Izuku's arm would erupt into flame, and then as that would connect with the kick, it would cause a explosion of fire. Wild, explosive, burning fist, but Izuku would still be sent flying, crashing into the ground, bouncing a little bit, and then just knocking into a building. Not flying through it, but quite hard impact between him and that building. He would get up slowly because that hurt a lot, but it wouldn't be enough to bring him down. So he would stand up, but didn't realize as quick until it was too late that there was a foot in his face. This being Mirko's. Um, I think she forgot the memo of holding back, but yeah. That's what Izuku would say to himself in that moment as the foot would progressively get closer to his face. Uh, I think she forgot the memo of the whole entire holding back part. And then straight through the building. Just through the entire building into a next one. Mirko then would say, "Oh, right. We were supposed to hold back. Huh." She then would hear through her ears Izuku saying, "Wild, disappearing, buckshot." And she would say, "You know, you're not really supposed to say your move when you're hiding, right?" But nothing would be coming. She didn't see the light of it all. Like, no, there would be no light anywhere within the darkened places of, well, the two buildings, right? There would be no fire heading her way. So she thought, like, a bluff? Really? Huh. And then, boo, boo. She'd start to feel impacts all over her, of, well, small invisible explosions is what they would be. Just boom, 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 boom. She would eventually move out of the way, and then she'd stop feeling them. So, like, she thought she would say to herself, "What? How is that possible? Invisible fire." And this would be one of the first times his classmates would ever see this. So, back up there with the other students. Whoa, Mido bro. I don't know what happened there, but that was awesome. Ida would say, quite remarkable. Invisible fire. Hmm, quite interesting. Oh, right. Bad thing happened to Ida. Since Todoroki was too slow. I'm sorry if you hear this fly. It's been at me for the past, like, 4 hours. Not 4 hours. That's a lie. 2 hours. Well, coming up to 3. Yeah, Ida had bad thing happen to him with Stain. Ida would not be there. Shinso would probably say that. Not to that extent, but he'd say something like, "Wow, that's impressive." "Yeah, it is. Didn't know that was his extent of his quirk. Didn't know that was even possible." Because, like, the other fire quirks that are, like, his, like, endeavors and, well, Todoroki's his half, among many other fire quirks, can't do that. Um, Nezu would say, "It's heat. That would be heat. He is controlling the heat part only of his fire. Still, a bit fire is in there, but it is such a little amount that it could turn clear. Well, invisible, really. Um, how do you know that?" "Cameras. I watched him train, that move in particular. Had to check on him. Stop spying on my students. No promises. Stupid rat. Actually, I'm a bear. I don't care. I don't. If you would pay me more, I'd care. But you don't. You don't pay me at all. Enough to even care. Blah blah. What's your student fight? Hypocrite. What? I know a lot of things. You were. You're watching Izuku well as well. Everyone would look at Aizawa, and as he would like look around like at everyone staring at him, he would say, I was walking by when he was doing the entire like internal heating thing, and I watched him go up in flame, and I thought, oh no, as I activated my Quirk, and that's the extent of it. And then I stayed there and helped him, but that's it. You should be more worried about Midnight over there. What did I do? They're all adults here. They would all then look at Midnight, and Nezu would say, um, we're gonna need to have a talk. Okay. Um, I didn't do anything wrong, I guess. Not really, technically. We're definitely gonna need a talk, Midnight. Fine. Down to Izuku. He would be in a semi a fist fight with Mirko. Um, kinda. He would have his wild burning fist activated where his fists are engulfed in flame, right? And he wouldn't really know how to like not he would know. It would just be not really it would be not a stalemate. Mirko would be kicking his butt, but he would be just taking the blows or catching her legs like as she would land the kick, and that'd kind of work out for him a lot of the times until he started to realize, oh yeah, I forgot she's definitely not holding back after that one kick, and his face would be entirely like his nose would definitely be broken. Uh, his face would be just like there would just be cuts all over his face from her kicks, uh, landing on his face and through the glass and concrete of the two buildings, well, two and a half buildings he went through. Well, technically one and a half. He only went in the other building and not out. So his head, he would be bloody. He'd still be fighting. Clearly, he's not stopping. At some point, his coat would come off, and no one really noticed how. It'd kind of just go poof. He just took it off as Mirko would be like backing away because he started just to create a fireball and threw at her, and it exploded. And so that gave him enough time to throw off the crop top jacket, right? And then back to the fight ahead. Bakugo would just getting his he would be thrown around, honestly. Is all he would be doing is just be thrown around like over and over again. Um at some point he would cross the line and like purely on accident, like he was running away from All Might, and then he didn't realize that, oh, here's the finish line. I'm just gonna go through it. So yeah. So while that happened, um, Izuku is now alone, and like they still have like 10 minutes to go by on the time limit. So like Izuku, after now knowing Bakugo crossed it, he'd say he would like Mirko would give him a pause, like he would back away, like what? He would look at the camera or like at the drone that would be flying over, whatever it might, probably camera. He would look up at it. That was like a halfway intercom. He would say, "Wait, what? Really? What the hell? Okay, cool, I guess. Thanks, Bakugo. We had an entire plan. You were supposed to distract All Might. Cool. Oh, we never really to outrun both of you, so I'm gonna need this. But luckily, All Might is yet to be here, so he would stick his hand to the ground and say, I know the whole entire part about the last 10 minutes where, like, I was proving myself. I'm still gonna do that. Just, give me a little break. He would stick his hands to the ground and say, Gate to the underworld. And as he would say that, a circle of flames would just erupt around him, giving it like him a wall of flame these two would have to push through. Which they would, well, Miracle would, not really caring, like just flying through it. But Izuku would try to be focusing, like it would take him a minute to actually get wild breathing fire to activate, and not realizing that Mirko's insane. So he would be looking. He would say, "Oh no," as he would be kicked in the chest as the with one leg, with I'm gonna say it was the left, as the other leg would wrap around his head like halfway, like on the inside. So like his head would be kind of at the inside of like her legs, uh, basically at the crotch area. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. As she would put him into a triangle choke, um, kind of just forcing him to either be choked out, um, by every nerd's dream, or try to somehow break out of this or tap out. Which, Izuku does have ideas, but his main idea is either. His idea right now is he's going to keep on focusing on wild breathing fire and hope for the best that he doesn't pass out before then. Okay? He's going to hope that he does not pass out. Okay? That's what he's going to do. Um, will that work? We will certainly find out in a minute. And this triangle choke is locked in, like, well, pretty gosh darn well. But he would Mirko would start to notice, oh, he's heating up. Like there'd be a glowing spot at his chest that'd just start to glow and glow and glow for like a minute straight. And then finally just engulfing himself in flames. Mirko would be forced to let go for obvious reasons. He's engulfing himself in flames. Okay. As he would do that, though, as she would let go, back up, them still being in that like circle of flames, um, dubbed Gate of the Underworld or Underworld's Gate. I said something I don't remember now. Uh, All Might with one punch would just blow it all away. Now, Izuku has two choices: stay there and fight, or run. And he chose run. Now, is he able to outrun these two? No. He would be hit by Mirko as soon as he would try to start running away. Which now, given he can go fast, like enough to for him to like blur or just disappear in reality. These two are crazy, and All Might's thing, as he would say, is go plus ultra, and Mirko would say, Plan B, on it. Uh, so Plan B, Mirko would jump on All Might's hand, and they would swerve back, and Mirko would be thrown by All Might at high speeds. She would catch up to Izuku right at the finish line and tackle him through, not realizing that where she was in correlation to him, that would just cause him to. He would be halfway over, enough to qualify for the finish. And, yeah. So that's how Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya, well, Katsuki Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya would pass the final exam. Izuku on qualification of the whole entire fact that she did tackle into him, which would then send both of them flying. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. He did get to live out every nerd's dream. Lucky him. I envy him. Envy is, yeah, it's that right one. Thank you all for watching. I greatly and truly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed. And please go to the previous video and flame the commenter. I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyways, roll the dice. I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye.